Hey guys, how's it going? We're going to talk today about the new Prince Urban Decay collection. Full disclosure, I didn't pay for this. This was gifted to me. Full disclosure, this was not sent to me because I'm on Urban Decay's press list. This was actually gifted to me by someone very surprisingly, very generously. I am still kind of floored. I'm not going to say any more than that, but to that person, if you happen to be watching, thank you so much. This is really cool. If you've been watching my channel, you know I'm a big Prince fan. A couple months after he died, I posted this video, but My Life According to Prince, where I talked about sort of why I realized how significant he was to me in my life, to lots of people, but specifically I was just being selfish and talking about me. You might have also noticed my oh so subtle nod to him in my Metamorphosis music video from a few years, well, a few Halloweens ago. I was really excited when I heard about this. Now, there's some hubbub about it. So this is gonna be my perspective. I'm going to talk about this from a Prince fan's point of view, because if you look at the beauty community, they say one thing. If you look at the Prince like fan boards and stuff, they say something different. So this is what I want to say. If you're a fan and you're like, what's going on? I'll tell you a secret. The beauty community is like kind of the devil. We're not going to pay much attention to what they, because yeah, we know, we get it. We don't even need to talk about it. Let's not even entertain whatever it is that people are talking about. I love watching people be upset and try and pretend like they like, oh, I don't think, and then they use his name wrong. That's entertaining for me. The box that this comes in, and if you have the cash to put forth to get this is really cool. If you're like me and you have tuition that's due and you can't afford everything, I'm going to tell you what to get, but I do want to show you this set. This thing is so awesome. I did take some video clips. You're going to be seeing stuff throughout this video. This whole box is really nicely constructed. The song titles on the outside, they kind of have the same vibe as the Symbol album from 92. It has that sort of same font to it. It's not the same, but it kind of gives that sort of vibe. So I love it. And the symbol on the outside is really, really pretty. So when you open this up and you see all the products, there's this like gold flake base that everything is sitting on. And I love the finish. It's the same thing that's in one of the shadow palettes that I'm going to show you in a second. But I just think it's kind of retro and sort of fun. So what you've got in this collection, there is a brush. I'm going to save the cool things for last. So if I don't sound super excited, it's a brush, right? It's a brush. But it's got the whole like Urban Decay Prince thing on it. It's one of those, it's a synthetic like flat top brush. It's got like a little like hold, a little well for you to put your product. And I'm assuming that this would go with this like body cream. This is sort of like for face and body. I'm going to show it to you on camera here. And you can see that there is a color difference here. There's a little bit of a bronze going on here. It's got a nice finish. Look at that. You can see that it's glowy, right? But it's not as metallic as you would, you might think. There is also a powder that comes with this in this compact. This is Urban Decay All-Nighter powder, right? Yeah, I think so. I would have rather have seen like a cool compact that was just empty that you could put whatever you wanted in it, but it's cool. Now, it's not that I don't like that stuff. I just want to spend more time focusing on the products that I think are really interesting. And if you want to get something and you don't have a lot to spend, this is where you're going to want to spend your money if you're a fan and you just want to like pick up something to play around with. The pencils, there's two Kajal pencils that are out with this collection. They're sort of jumbo look, and you can see there's a black one and a white one. The black one's so dark, the white one's, is it When Doves Cry or something? Yeah, these are just a regular pencil. They're not glittery, they're not shimmery. You can put them on your waterline. I think that they go really well with the palettes, and I will tell you why. Let's talk about the eyeshadow palettes. So the first one that I'm going to show you is the You've Got the Look eyeshadow palette. Now these are really nice. You can see what they look like here. Again, I took some photos so you'll be able to see. And I did some swatches. The swatches that you're going to see are outside in indirect sunlight. So it's like straight up daylight, no filter, no anything. For those of you who are familiar with makeup, the consistency, the texture here sort of reminded me of like an Anastasia Beverly Hills one, where it's very, 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 very soft. That actually surprised me. I expected something that was a little more stiff, a little more, just a little more of a firm press. Because of that, I would recommend someone in one direction or another, depending on how comfortable they are putting on makeup. Because I see a lot of Prince fans saying, I'm really interested in this collection, but I don't wear makeup. The other palette here is the Let's Go Crazy eyeshadow palette. Now, just as a heads up, all of these eyeshadows are named after songs. And I did actually make a playlist on Spotify. I will include a link in the description of this video if you want to check it out. All of the name of the eyeshadow palettes and all of the songs are in the playlist, with the exception of one, because this palette has one eyeshadow called The Artist, and that is not the name of a song that has been released or unreleased to my knowledge. But in the first palette, that's a lot of neutrals and some purples. There's Sexy Dancer from the Prince album, second album, right? Crystal Ball, Endorphin Machine from the Gold Experience, which it's such an obnoxious song. I've always liked that. Get Off, Love to the Nines, Shakadelica, Groovy Potential, which I thought was really cool that there was an inclusion of like this, that was on like the very last studio album that I think he released, correct? And I thought that that was a nice addition to the collection. The Artist, Bold Generation, which is an early version of the New Power Generation from Graffiti Bridge. So Dark, which is I thought it was funny that they included the title for the alternate version of Dark that's from the Come album, which I just thought was kind of, I don't know, I thought it was fun. Alphabet Street in this palette. We've got Alphabet Street, Get Your Groove On, which was always one of my favorite songs. I remember going to get that album. That was the Emancipation album. It was like the first snow. Look, I have it on vinyl right now. It was the first like snow of the year, and I got stuck in my car. I got stuck in the parking lot at the mall. When Doves Cry, Funk and Roll. Okay, on the playlist, I will give you a heads up. I think I only included the version. I didn't include the version that's on the Plectrum Electrum, right? That album with Third Eye Girl. I included the one that was on his album because I like that version better. Computer Blue, Raspberry Beret, DMSR, which has always been one of my favorite songs. And I remember when I was a kid listening to that on my headphones, and at the very end, I was drifting off at night. It was however old I was. And there's the bit at the end where there's the scream, help me, somebody please help me. And I woke up so terrified because I thought that someone was screaming outside my window. Baby I'm a Star, Delirious, and Indigo Knights. Indigo Knights, I don't really think of as much of a song title, but it is from the Indigo Knights like photo book. I mean, the album that came with the photo book, but it's more like an instrumental jam. And I think it's based around Get on the Boat, isn't it? Kind of like have that kind of vibe. I hope that I'm alienating anyone who doesn't. Again, we're having a conversation. So if you don't know, get on the boat. What I want to say is this palette of neutrals, I like this one. I like this one a lot. This is probably my favorite of the two. However, if you're someone who's not comfortable putting on makeup, if you don't do a lot of eye looks, I would go with this one. And I will tell you why. This is really nice. There are more mattes in here than there are shimmers and glitters. You really kind of, I think you got to sort of know what you're doing to put this on. Not that you couldn't just rock a cool like smoky eye with like the gunmetal colors and stuff like that, because you totally could. This look that I'm wearing right now, by the way, is with this palette. And all I have on are Indigo Knights and DSMR. That's it. So the reason that I would steer you towards this, if you're curious, if you're a fan, you want to get something and you just want to kind of have fun, this is the palette. Because there are a lot of cool, I mean, DSMR is really pretty. There are a lot of cool glitters. There's a lot of cool like shimmery shades. These are all colors that smoke really well into a liner. So get a liner or get this one if you want. Put a mess, make a mess all around your eye, smudge it out, and then take some of these and just smudge it. You can use your finger, you don't even need a brush. Just sort of smudge it and smoke it into the liner, and you'll have a really cool rock and roll kind of edgy sort of look. There's no mascara on today, and this is what I would normally do. I'm always going to pull out like the 90s smoky eye, and I just think it looks cool. So I wanted to talk about that because I know that there are people that are curious about this, but they might not be confident in their makeup application skills. So if that's the case, this is the one that you want to get. I mean, get them both if you want. Get the whole thing because it's pretty awesome. This is a really, really cool collection. I really like it. I know that there's some makeup fans that are seeing this going, oh, I wish it had blah, 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 blah. There's a million palettes out there. Go find one. Leave us alone because we're having a good time. The presentation is really cool. I think it's thoughtful. I love that there are song titles that aren't just hits. That made me so happy. They were thinking about me as a fan. They're pulling out like B-sides and alternate versions to name this. No, there is no Purple Rain here. I am completely okay with that. We also listen to things besides the Purple Rain soundtrack. So this is just, I appreciated it. I thought it was thoughtful. I thought it was well done. Again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you take a look. Hey, plug, check out my Metamorphosis music video. We'll check out the playlists on Spotify. I'm on Spotify if you want to check me out. I also have a Patreon. If you feel like supporting content like this, you can check me out on there. I'll include links to everything in the description of this so you can check it out. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you're a fan, please say hi. I know you guys are out there. And I've seen the things that you guys are saying about this and how it's like, oh, finally it's something besides the reissue of so this is awesome. Yes. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe, and I will talk to you soon.